Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Jim. It's Wednesday. You don't care what day it is. It might be Tuesday or Sunday when you watch this. I'm going to have another look at some more records in the collection because I last did this back at the end of March and we got as far as D, Devin Townsend. There's some more D to go. We've got some E's and F's in this section today. So yeah, it's long overdue. We need to sort of get this running again before we can move on to the rest of what's down here. I haven't got CDs to do over there, you know. This will keep going for some time, which is good. All right, first up is the last in line. Aptly enough, it's Dio. Ronnie James Dio. So the one-time vocalist for Black Sabbath and such stuff. And this is his solo stuff. I think he's did several albums. This is the only one I've got. This is the one I had when I was, I think I had this on tape when I was about 14 or 15. And I got it again a few years ago on vinyl. But yeah, it's a classic 80s over-the-top metal. Love a bit of Dio. Next up is Making Movies, Dire Straits. Not a very exciting cover, it's just red with a blue stripe down the side. And this is one, this had Ton of Love and Romeo and Juliet on it, which are sort of like two of the most famous Dire Straits songs ever, aren't they? Also have some more Dire Straits, you'll be glad to know. Of course, Love Over Gold. That's a brilliant album, isn't it? Isn't that such a brilliant cover? We have on here Love Over Gold, Telegraph Roll, so Private Investigations. Oh, what a track that is! Private Investigations. The live version of that on Alchemy Live is phenomenal. Industrial Disease, Love Over Gold, It Never Rains. But yeah, great album, great album. I never really talk about Dire Straits, do I? And of course the obligatory Brothers in Arms. I think everybody in the entire world had this record. My mum had this record. You know, it's one of those ones that every single person in the world has and knows. It's what date is this? Oh, it's a horrible pink font on blue and tiny writing. I think this is 1985. But no matter when it is, it's very much of the 80s and it fits in with the Yes records I've been listening to lately. 90125 and Big Generator, sort of same vintage. What's this one? Disorderly Conduct. The album is Amen. I tracked this down. This is Scott Lade. You may know Scott from the Prog Corner. So this was his band back in the day, and 1986. He talked about this on one of his videos. Scott, you talked about it. I told you I'm going to try and find it. I did. I had to get it from Poland via Discogs. But you know, I'm not going to talk about this too much now because at some point this might be fun to play. But it's interesting. It reminds me very much of a skater punk band from Ipswich where I came from called The Stupids. It's very loud, very fast, and a great deal of fun if you like that sort of thing. But yeah, Disorderly Conduct. Next up, Dominarcy. I don't really know this record yet. I bought this as in a job lot of jazz records, jazz fusion records, about 2 or 3 years ago. I've worked through a lot of them, but I haven't actually heard this one yet. This is on Blue Note Records. It's like a sort of fusion guitar type thing. I ought to listen to that properly, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, that's Dominarcy. This is a record I've played on the channel. Dodida with Ha. This is Romanian progressive black metal, death metal. I'm not sure how you describe it. It's glorious and gorgeous. If you liked Elder when I played that, you'll like this. Go and check back the videos of mine on the channel. It's fantastic. The band themselves got in touch with me, which was lovely, and thanked me very much for making the video. Isn't that nice when that sort of thing happens? But that's a really, really, really good record. One of my favourite records from a couple of years ago. Right, we now get to a section that I like to call Doves, because the records are by Doves. So this is one of my favourite ever bands. They're a Mancunian band, come from Manchester. They were not really part of the 90s scene too much, but they are on Heavenly Records, which is sort of a big sort of Manchester indie label. Absolutely love this band so much. I wouldn't say they're progressive really. They are very interesting from an indie point of view though. I will play some of their stuff if you don't know them. It's properly good tunes, really happy. No, not happy. They sound happy, some of them, but they are properly good sing-along, anthemic song. They're absolutely gorgeous stuff. So this is called Lost Souls. This has got Catch the Sun, Here It Comes, The Man Who Told Everything, The Cedar Room. Some properly big tunes on there. And then we also have, from Doves, this one, The Last Broadcast, which has Words, There Goes the Fear, M62 song. M62 is a motorway, goes around Manchester. Where We're Calling From, Pounding, Caught by the River. So again, some amazing songs on there. If you do not know Doves and you want to hear some, let me know and I'll very happily, gladly play some. Then my third Doves album on here is called Some Cities. We have on here Black and White Town, which is probably one of their most famous tracks. Snowden, One of These Days, Shadows of Salford. It's again another fantastic big slice of UK northern indie rock music with heart and soul, and it's sung like they mean it. It's not like indie by numbers. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant music. Right, what is this? Draconia, Under a Godless Veil. This was gifted to me by Craig. So I'm afraid I haven't even opened it yet. This is I will definitely do this. This may be one that I need to listen to. But Draconia or Draconian, Under a Godless Veil. Kind of get the idea of what that might be like. So I've not listened to that, I'm afraid, but I will. These are inherited, these two. Doctor Hook. That's odd, it goes back to front there, so the title is on the wrong side of that. So Belly Up. Doctor Hook. And the other one is some more Doctor Hook. This one is Sloppy Seconds. You don't want them, do you? Oh, no. Right. We now move on to what I like to call Dream Theater. So, we have Octavarium. Oh man, is this a cracking record. One of my absolute favourites. I know that people talk about some of the other Dream Theater records as being their favourites. Well, you can do. This, for me, everything is right on here. Everything is right. I just absolutely love this record. It's a beautiful thing. It's a gatefold. It's a double album. You've got some amazing tracks on here. If you know any Muse, the band Muse, you'll be absolutely staggered, like I was when I heard this, to hear Muse's music all over this record, and I didn't know what had happened. I don't know what came first. And apparently, according to Mike Portnoy, Absolution, the Muse record, came out a year or so before this, and they absolutely loved it, Dream Theater, and they said, hands up, Muse's sound is all over this record. So I if you've not heard it and haven't picked up on that, do. Or I might even do a video about that, just sort of comparing different riffs and songs and bits and pieces. It's uncanny, absolutely uncanny. Even sort of rhythms and drum parts and chord progression. So it's fantastic. And I wondered if it was Muse had been pinching Dream Theater ideas and using it, but it's not. It was the other way around. So that's hilarious. Right, the next one is Images and Words. Again, another fantastic record. Metropolis Part 1, which is obviously not the one that everyone gets so excited about. Metropolis Part 2 is the one that people tend to rate as their favourite thing. But this is, it's hard to get hold of on vinyl. I've got quite a lot of Dream Theater. In fact, I've got all of Dream Theater on CD. But it's getting hold of it on vinyl is not quite so simple and straightforward. However, this was a re-release and was very, very easy to get hold of. We then have, I suppose I ought to do this in chronological order. What is this called? Distance Over Time. Kind of looks like the logo for Westworld, doesn't it? I don't know if you've seen that. There's a sci-fi TV series on Netflix or some, I don't know what it's on, one of the streaming services. Anyway, there's a series on called, what have I just said? Westworld, which is based on an old 1980s film, Westworld. We had Yul Brynner in it. Anyway, this is it's not that, but it's a big slab of Dream Theater. This is got Mike Mangini on the drums now, rather than Mike Portnoy. But other than that, all present and correct. And then finally, we have, of course, A View from the Top of the World. Just a beautiful, beautiful cover. This came out last year. I think we've listened to some of this on the channel. I can't even remember if I listened to the album on the channel or not. I've certainly listened to the album. Did I? I can't remember. I've made so many videos. I can't remember what I've done on the channel and what I haven't. Anyway, so you all know that. Now, we have another record here. Best of the Eagles. This is an inherited one from my uncle. I have got to admit, I'd have never, ever taken the record out of the sleeve and never played it. I'm not, I don't think, a fan of the Eagles. I don't know. Maybe I am. I have absolutely never listened to it. I know Hotel California, which apparently is not on here, although this is their greatest hits. Oh, greatest hits 1971 to 75. Okay. Anyway, it's not on there. But also I do know that Don Henley, is it? Was he the guy from this band? He's not a happy man to have his music played on YouTube. So yeah, Don Henley. So I won't be playing it. I don't think I'm missing out on much. I don't think you're missing out on much. It's Eagles. We now have ELO. Of course we do. Everybody has this, don't they? Out of the Blue. What a beautiful, beautiful object this is. It's absolutely fantastic piece of sort of prog pop, and Jeff Lynne is a genius. And if you don't agree, you're wrong. But this is a really, really, really good record. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't think I need to sing its praises too highly, because most people know. Then we move on to Ed Wynn. Now, Ed Wynn, for you who do not know, is the lead protagonist, music creator, writer, guitarist, synth manipulator, and longest serving member and founder of Ozric Tentacles. So this sounds like Ozric Tentacles. I'm not sure why it wasn't an Ozric Tentacles album, but there you go. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I have tried to do a video for this, but it got blocked. That was maybe 18 months ago. It may now be fine to go. So I may try doing this again. It's fab. Absolutely fab. Really, really good. Space rock, basically. We then have... what an awful cover. What an absolutely dreadful, dreadful cover. The Edgar Winter Group. They only come out at night. But it's got Frankenstein on it. So that's what that's there for. This is a cheapie off eBay, I think. I got it for about £3 or £4. Sounds a bit crackly and crunchy, but you know, it's fine. It's not music I'm going to listen to all the time, but it's good fun, and I'm glad I've got it in the collection. We now move to another of my favourites from the last couple of years, Elder, Reflections of a Floating World. This is a superb record. It's again grungy, slow. Grungy, no, that's the wrong word. It's just a big slab of doom, but really, really melodic and fantastic. I talked about Doodida a little while ago. This one has been on the channel. I've played this. It got a lot of likes. You guys liked it, or those of you who saw the video. It's fantastic. It is so good. Interestingly, I don't know if you can see that little logo on the back there. This is, as I say, Elder. Now, if I just compare that little thing there to the front cover of Doodida, it's almost the same sort of thing, isn't it? A little sort of pyramid with a flat bit through the middle. This one's got an island floating on it, sort of, if I can get that to focus. This one's got a figure stuck in the middle of it. Anyway, that's not that interesting, but sort of interesting. Right, let's get that away. Put Doodida away, come on. There he goes, over here. Edgar Wright, yeah, not Edgar Wright. Yeah, Edgar Winter. Right, next up, we're going to get to the ELP section. Emerson, Lake, Palmer. Their debut, I think this is, isn't it? Have I played this on the channel? I'm not sure if I have. I've done 2 or 3 Emerson, Lake and Palmer records. I'm not sure I have done this. I probably ought to crack on with this. So if I've not had it on the channel, I've not listened to it. So I can't tell you. Now, what I have listened to is Tarkus, of course. And what I have listened to is Trilogy, of course. What I haven't listened to is Brain Salad Surgery. Now, this is by fairly popular opinion, a bit of a great. So this is one which is going to be coming on. I've not listened to this yet, but I think this is one which is it got Carnival on here? I think this is on this album. Anyway, if it's not, I'll get to that at some point, but that's another one which is meant to be an absolute epic. What I've also not listened to is Works, which Works Volume 1, and indeed Works Volume 2. So I've got these all nicely lined up. Oh, what else is that? Recognise that one? These are such good records. I think I listened to this one on the channel. I have a feeling I've done that one. I get lots of what I haven't listened to, but I very, very, very much like ELP, and I haven't done any for a little while, so I need to start listening to some more again and have some more on the channel. Right, get them back in there. Oh, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. The struggle is real. Right, we now move on to F. Fish. This is Fish's final album. Fish, the one-time and original singer from Marillion, obviously went off at the end of the 1980s and did his own thing when H joined. Now this is called Weltschmerz. Weltschmerz? Not quite sure how you pronounce it. I really like this record. It's sonically absolutely beautiful. It's slow and it reveals itself to you very, very slowly over time. We've got some beautiful tracks on here. The Rose of Damascus is incredible. Grace of God, Man with a Stick. I mean, all of them. They are just great, great songs. I'd never played this on the channel. I'm not sure if there was any interest in it, so I kind of just. I actually did listen to this on Spotify, I think, originally, when I was doing some decorating indoors, repainting some rooms. What can I listen to? And I've not heard that. And I did. I thought, yeah, it's good. I need to get the record of this. So I did. Anyway, a great, great record. We now have a couple of very old Fleetwood Macs. So we've got Fleetwood Mac itself from 1960 something, I want to say. But this is Peter Green, Jeremy Spencer, John McVie, Mick Fleetwood, Bob Brunning. So no parts here for the ladies, and so I don't know what age this is. I'm sure this is a 60s release. 68. There you go. Yeah, it's cracking. Very different band back then, and we also have again Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. So I don't know if this is just Fleetwood Mac 2 and that's Fleetwood Mac 1, but this is 1975. At this stage, we've now got Christine McVie and Stevie Nicks in there. Lindsey Buckingham is now on guitar. So again, the band has changed, a different sound again. But that's the extent of my Fleetwood Mac collection. So I'm afraid I don't have the big ones that everyone sort of most people have. I don't have them. Right, still an F. Focus. Focus 3. This is Dutch prog. Yeah, it's what date have we got on here? I don't know. It's I can't tell. Anyway, this is unplayed, unlistened to. Especially selected for the channel. So a lot of people have asked about this. This is one that I certainly am going to be listening to and featuring at some point soon. So hold on to your horses. That'll be coming up. We now move into a section here where everything else basically is Frank Zappa. Now, controversially, I file Frank Zappa under F for Frank rather than Z for Zappa. And yes, it's Z, it's not Z. I live in Britain. I live in England. I speak English. The letter is Z. Right. We have Zappa, Beefheart, Mothers, Bongo. Zappa, Beefheart, Mothers, Bongo Fury. It's a live concert. Bonkers, rather than Bongo Fury. Bonkers Fury. Hot Rats. This was. This was actually, I think, my very, very, very first vinyl reaction on the channel. 3 years ago, maybe. It's a long time ago, but yeah, I love this record. Absolutely love this. We then have, I shall do this as well. That's in the wrong place. One size fits all. Inca Roads. Inca Roads, eh? I don't know if I've played this on the channel. I haven't done this on the channel. I might do. I have actually listened to it, so it wouldn't be a proper reaction. Now, we're now moving to Juz Garage. We know about this one, don't we just? We move towards Act 2, Act 3. So, I haven't listened to the last part yet. A lot of people asking if I will. Of course I will. I just haven't got around to it yet. That will be coming. What's this one? Oh, yes. Utopia, the man from Utopia. So I bought this off Zlurb Again to Music, one of my subs. We had a chat on Zoom many months ago, and we came to agreement on some of his records. And the ones I've listened to and played so far have been fantastic and absolutely pristine. This is one of them. I've not listened to this. I'm very excited to do so. So thank you, Dr. Zlurb. Shake your booty. Classic stuff, isn't it? Shake your booty. And then we have. Apparently, this is not very good. I bought this. I got this off eBay for not very much money. Frank Zappa, Tinsel Town Rebellion. So I don't know why I do it. I read reviews after I bought something just to sort of. All the reviews are, it's not very good. Oh, damn it! But I'm sure I will. I'll find something in there that is worth talking about. So that has not been done yet. Then what do we have? What does that come first? Is it? So Zutalor again. Another great album. I've come to really like Frank Zappa. It's absolutely most unpredictable, bonkers, interesting music. I think out there it's just insane. But yeah, it's I don't think the world was ready. I don't think the world still isn't ready. But yeah, amazing record. Then the final one I got here. This came out last year. It's a small little box set. It's Zappa 88, The Last US Show. Frank Zappa's final US performance from Nassau, is you say that? Nassau Coliseum, Long Island, New York. Mostly unreleased. Mostly. And newly mixed and mastered from the original digital multi-track tapes with additional tracks from MD and RI. MD, what's that? Mini disc? No, can't be it. Featuring the 1988 band on 4 LP, 180 gram vinyl with liner notes by Frank Zappa's drummer, Chad Wackerman. Well, there you go, Chad. Thank you for taking the time to write some liner notes. Let's have a look and see what's in here, shall we? So there's a little thinnest of booklets. It's not even a booklet, it's sort of a flappy piece of paper. And they weren't lying. 4 records. 1, 2, pink, 3, 4. I think again this is probably one for me rather than the channel because it's quite a big release. It's as I say, 4 discs, so 8 sides. That's a lot of Frank Zappa to do in one sitting, isn't it? So that's one for me. And that concludes this next section of Jim's record collection. So yeah, we go. D-O to Frank Zappa. We next move on to, we've got some more F down there, so the next section will have some more Fs, F through to H. Then we have I, yes, just all of I. There's a big chunk of that you might know is Iron Maiden. So then obviously we'll just carry on. Anyway, I shall stop rabbiting on. That's the end of the video. I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. And in the meantime, if you can think of anything on here that we just talked about that you'd like to listen to on the channel, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. And until then, it's Jim over